Hi, and welcome to the Getting Started with MeshAgent series. I'm Tula Masterman. I'm an AI agent solution architect here at MeshAgent, and today I'm going to be walking you through a couple things. First, we're going to go ahead and set up our account with MeshAgent. Next, we're actually going to take a peek at the MeshAgent Studio. This is the environment that you'll be developing your agents in. And then we're also going to walk through building and creating our first chat and voice agent. MeshAgent is your platform for building, deploying, managing, and scaling AI agents collaboratively. It handles LLM orchestration, tool integration, and real-time collaboration between not just agents, but also your human teams. So that way your team can ship and work with agents in minutes instead of weeks. Let's dive in. So from the MeshAgent website, all we have to do is click on the Get Started Today, and this is going to prompt us to put in our email and sign up for our MeshAgent account, or we'll just go ahead and sign in if we've already created an account. So you can see here, I'm in the MeshAgent Studio. I'm just in a project that's called Tula. If I wanted to create a new project, all I have to do is click the drop down and that'll let me create a new project. The best way to think about projects are how you want to group the different agents that you're working on. And then within a project, you can spin up rooms where you and other users and other agents can all connect to work collaboratively on whatever use case you're working towards. If I pop over to the Members tab, you'll see that for right now, I'm the only person who's in the Tula project. But if I wanted to add other members of my team, all I have to do is click on the Add Member and then put in their email address, and that'll send them an invitation to join MeshAgent and to join this particular project within MeshAgent. Now, the first thing that we're going to need to actually get started with MeshAgent is to create our API key so that way we can actually connect to this particular project within MeshAgent. And to do that, it's really simple. All you have to do is click on this API keys tab and then go ahead and generate a new API key. You can give it the name and description that you want. So I'll just call this one my MeshAgent key, and I'm going to give it the same description. And that'll go ahead and generate the keys that I need. You can see this just showed up here. And then all we have to do is click into this and then copy off these values. And then you'll need to save these values to the environment that you're working in. So now that we've generated the keys that we need, all we need to do is navigate to a development environment and then go ahead and save those as our environment variables. I've already done that here, and then I've also used UV to initialize a getting started project for MeshAgent. And the next thing that I need to do is actually install all the MeshAgent libraries. You can do that by simply running the UV add MeshAgent all command, and then this will run and this will install all the MeshAgent libraries, including the MeshAgent CLI. And I'll just go ahead and make sure that our environment's activated here. And then the next thing we can do is go ahead and use the MeshAgent CLI to actually call a chatbot into the room. And this is going to let us use a chat agent. We can also do the same thing for our voice agents without even needing to write any code, just so we can begin to get a sense for how both chat and voice agents work inside of MeshAgent. So to do that, we're just going to run this join command, and then we'll give it a name for our room. In this case, we can just call it something like getting started, and then we'll go ahead and pass in our agent name. So now we can see that our agent is connecting to our room. And if we just go back to MeshAgent, we should just be able to, oh, yep, there we can see our getting started room has come up. I can go ahead and click in here. And then this just has some of the different logs so that way we can see, when agents have joined the room and things like that. But I'll just click into the go to room. And then now we can see here our chat agent has popped up. So I can just do something simple and say, hello, how are you? And we'll see that the agent's going to respond back to me. Oh, here we go. So we've got the message that it's a virtual assistant and doesn't have feelings, but it is ready to help. So as you can see, we were able to really quickly bring in just a simple chatbot to this room, and we didn't have to write any code to actually start interacting with the chatbot. And now if we wanted to do the same thing with the voice bot, all we have to do is run the same command, but instead with the voice bot. And then that would call the voice agent into the room, and it'll also show up in the participants tab here. And then we'd be able to have a conversation voice to voice with the agent. Awesome. So in this video, we covered how to set up our account with MeshAgent. We talked a little bit about projects and rooms, and we've also even called in our first chat agent into our room. In the next video, we're going to go behind the scenes a little bit more and dive into the code. And together we'll be building our first chat agent and our first voice agent. We'll also be giving those agents some tools so that way they can start to do more and more useful things on our behalf. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.